Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say, let's have some fun today. So, if you can't tell already from the title of this video, I bought something I told you about I will buy for myself because I thought it's very beautiful, and it's the new Tom Ford 01 metallic mauve palette right here. It's apparently again a newer formulation. I'm very excited. I have to be honest, I already looked in this palette. I already looked into this beautiful packaging because I couldn't help myself. And what I noticed right away, how sparkly the shades are this time. So I'm very excited to put this beautiful palette on my eyeballs today. Let's open it first up. Let's go right into it, guys. Why not? Again, a brownish looking pouch. So let's take the palette out. I think this is limited edition. So let's look at the inside. You know, they also had a pinkish one, and I really thought about this one as well, maybe. But for now, I'm very happy with this. You again have those little brushes in here I will put away for now, but they're very useful sometimes and I never throw them away. I always have them nearby me if I really want to use them, but normally, you know, I'm using my normal brushes, but they are not bad. And here is the palette, guys. Look how stunning. I will give you a beautiful close-up. I hope you can spot how glittery those metallic shimmery shades are. They are this time very, very glittery. But if you can't see it right now, you hopefully will see it definitely on the eyeballs when I'm putting them on. So excited. It will be the first time for me as well playing with this palette, so it will be a first impression for sure. And yeah, I can't wait about it. I think this is so beautiful. I love those Mauve shades that you have in here. I love this very metallic silver purple type of shade. This very whitish glittery shade up here has so many beautiful, interesting sparkles to it. So I'm very excited about this one as well. And this up here is a nice blending shade, I would say. I don't have anything against it. I think it's a beautiful, nice, curated combination of colors. So let's see about that. But before we will get into the video, I really want to right now do the comparison, just not color-wise, but sparkles-wise. I have one palette I have to think about when I look at those sparkles in here that is also a little bit more on the sparkly sides. I will pull it out for a second. And the palette I thought immediately of is my Lumière d'Hiver eyeshadow palette right here. And looking at it, it's not as sparkly. It's a little bit more on the sparkly metallic side. This one is more sparkly. I can see it right away, but I love this palette so much for the winter time, guys. Oof, it's giving me a beautiful eye look. Touching right in there. Why I'm so clumsy sometimes. Okay, let's swatch it. Why not? I touched in there and now I want to swatch it. Just a little bit. Okay, it's very sparkly. It's very beautiful. I love that. I know it's not for everyone, such sparkly shades, but I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, definitely. There's a difference in the amount of sparkles in those palettes. I don't know if you can tell, but I want to test it myself. I really want to see the difference. This is a little bit more on the reddish, metallic, sparkly side, and this is really sparkly. You can see it right away in the pan. So very excited about that. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So excited, and I have something in mind I want to do today with this palette, a look. And I want to show you today, I always love first time using a palette to go as bold as possible, to show you, especially with luxury palettes, how bold you can get with a luxury palette, you know? And with Tom Ford, I always had a good experience with that. So very excited about that. So let's do a a beautiful look together. Okay guys, let's get started. I already primed my eyes and my face is done. So if you're curious what I used, everything, like always, will be linked down below. So let's get right into this palette right here. And I really want to start with the darkest shade, the darkest matte shade. This really beautiful rosy purpley shade right here. Okay, it's a little bit on the flaky side. I hope you can see that. But I don't mind something like that. So I will start to patting this shade with a big packing brush all over my lid first. Ooh, I like this shade. It's a little bit of a dusty type of rosy shade. I need to tap my brush off for sure with this formulation because it's a little bit on the powdery side. But with that being said, the application is beautiful. Hope you can build it up a little bit more. Let's try. Going a little bit over my crease as well. Ooh, I like that color. It's very beautiful. Very soft and elegant. Guys, to be completely honest, I really wasn't sure for a second if I want to pick this palette up. And I thought about it, and until now there are some videos out of this palette. And every time I saw a look with this one, I thought, wow. The creators complained that it's a little bit more glittery. But it sounded right up my alley, so I thought, why not? Let's try this formulation. I'm a big fan of glitters, of metallics, of mattes, of everything, to be honest. Maybe not particular all-rounded matte palette, I need a little bit of excitement for me personally, and no glitters or metallics, it's not very exciting for me personally. But we are all different and so are our tastes, and what is something that bothers me could be something that you really like or vice versa. And yeah, the glitters sounded very delightful and a little bit something else. So I really wanted to try this palette in the end. But I have to say, guys, I know you know that already. I don't have to complain that much. I mean, I'm buying it. Who am I to tell you? But the prices, it's hilarious. I have to say that. It's a little bit hilarious for 4 shades. They are beautiful. They are beautiful though. Every time I have a Tom Ford palette in my hand, I'm very positive surprised every time. But I need to acknowledge it anyways, that it's just 4 shades and you have to pay almost $90 nowadays. So this is a little bit hefty. Oof, look at that color, guys. I love that it's a little bit on the dusty side. I think this is so beautiful, especially right now for the fall time. Very into it, I have to say. Okay, now with a fluffier, denser type of blending brush, I will go now into this very light shade right here. And I will blend this rosy dusty shade a little bit out with this one. Blending out very nicely. I love how bold I can get, and the colors in the moment, I have to say, they are very beautiful. Nowadays, guys, I have to be honest, I'm kicking my butt a little bit that I didn't bought myself the Violet Satine palette. I wanted this one so much, but I never bought it for myself, and it's gone now. And I'm a little bit mad about that because I thought this one is very beautiful. But I have to say, I have the feeling this color is coming a little bit close to some of the shades from this palette. I don't have it, I can say for sure, but it's filling a void that I felt for a while with that palette, I have to say. And it's very beautiful, this color. I really like it. Okay, now we will come to this glittery shade right here. I'm so much excited about this one. And because I used so much of a matte base right now, I need to put something else over it that the glitters stay on my lid and won't fall off. So I will use a little bit of a NYX glitter glue for that. Just that I'm a little bit more on the safer side. So I'm taking just a little bit on my finger. a very small amount. Just that I really have something so that the shade can stick to something, you know, that I have on. And I will do a little dot on this side and on this side and just patting it into the matte shade. And now I will use this one right here on my finger. It's feeling very emollient. Look, guys. Oof, a stunning shade. I love it. It's beautiful looking. And I will put it basically all over my lid, over this dusty shade right here. But to be honest, this is a look in itself. You could go out like that. But I really want to test all the shades out today, so I will put it all over it. I will leave a little bit of the front portion out for the other glittery shade, but it will cover my whole lid basically. So let's do this. Ooh. It's giving the right amount of shebang. And with the base it's popping even more. I love that. Now I will go with my finger again into this whitish shade right here. Ooh. It's looking very beautiful and emollient as well. And this one I will put right into my front portion that I left out. Oh yeah, it's visible for sure. I love that. Can you see the difference? It's giving a little bit more of dimension that way, I have the feeling. I have to say the shimmers are very soft. There's a little bit of grip to them, but all in all they are very soft. A little bit to my brow bone with the rest that it's left. Stunning. Now let's come to the lower lash line. And I will use my Urban Decay brush that I used before to blend out the darker purpley shade. And I will use the other side now with the smaller packing brush. And I will go again into this dark shade right here and put it right into the outer corner. Now with the same brush I will go into the lighter shade and put it right under it. Really not directly on the rosy dusty shade. I try to stay under the shade I laid down. And now I will go with the same brush again into this glittery shade right here. You can see with the brush how emollient it is. But it's picking up very nice on the brush as well. And I will just put it a little bit into the middle portion. And with the rest I'm going to the back portion of my lower lash line. There I don't put any glitter glue on, because I hope with the small amount that not as much will fall off than it would have maybe with my lid area. Okay, and again with the same brush I will go into this whitish glittery shade now. And I will put it at the front portion. And because it's a little bit bare looking on the front portion for me, I will go a little bit into this lighter shade again and put it over the white glittery shade, just very lightly. Just to give it a little bit more of something to look at, you know. And now with the inner corner type of brush, I will go again into this very light whitish glittery shade right here. And put it right into my inner corners. And I'm also going a little bit to the front portion of my lower lash line again with this whitish shade. Yeah guys, I think this is everything I want to do. Very beautiful. I love those shades together. I think they are pairing very nice together. You could also do, of course, just this light shade all over the lid and this very whitish shade over it. I think this would also be a beautiful combo, or just this matte shade, to be honest, all over the lid. But because it has something so emollient to it, I think it's a very beautiful one and done as well to play with. And you also could just play with those glittery shades for a light accent, you know, if you want something special but you don't want that it's being seen right away. But if you are on the light right and you hit it, you know, it will look beautiful. So I think this would also be a beautiful look. I hope you would want to see this palette again on my channel because I really want to feature it again on this channel right here. I think it's beautiful. I love the first look. It's exactly what I imagine it, you know, it's exactly what I wanted to create today with you together. So now I will quickly do, like always, my lashes and my lips. Then we will be right back with the finished result and the zoomed out version and my first impressions on the Tom Ford Metallic Mauve palette. And yeah guys, here's the look all zoomed out. For my lashes I used my Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eye Mascara in extreme black. Love how it's looking. And for my lips I used my lip liner from MAC in the color Spice to give me a little bit of softness and a little bit of warmth back because of my cheeks. They are very warm looking, you know. And to top it off I used, to match the theme, my Tom Ford lipstick in the color Casablanca. This one right here. I have the mini size version and I mixed it with the warm lip liner from MAC, and I think it's a really nice and beautiful combination. And yeah guys, now to the palette right here. I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I love, like I said before, how everything is playing together. I'm not mad at this color story right here. Like I said before, it's filling a little bit of a void in my soul because I didn't get the Violet Satiné palette when it was launched, and I was a little bit sad about that because I think this color story was very beautiful, and now I have the feeling I finally have something like that, you know, in my collection from Tom Ford, and it's giving something to my collection because this color story from Tom Ford I don't have. So I'm very happy, you know, I don't buy every collection from Tom Ford that it's coming out. It really has to speak to my soul, and I really need to have the feeling that I don't have this color story, or that the particular color story is giving me something I really want, or I really have the feeling I want to play with it so badly. And this was exactly what this one did to me, you know? Maybe not in the right away, but after seeing some other videos, after looking a little bit online, looking at pictures, I was like, okay, you are coming with me. I think you are a beautiful palette, and it's exactly like that. But guys, I have to say, the price tag is very high. You really need to play so much with this one to get your money worth out of it. I'm aware of that, so be conscious, be mindful about that, and think about it. But I really like it. I like the formula. When you want to know about that, I think it's a beautiful formulation. It's a little bit on the powdery side, but I have the feeling with tapping my brush off once, nothing was coming on my face, and I'm very pleased with that. So this is also a plus. And I used a little bit of glitter glue because, you know, the matte base, it would have been very natural that the glitters will fall off of this matte base, so I needed to give my eyelid something back that the shimmers can grip on something. But I have the feeling if I wouldn't have placed it on this matte base and just on my bare lid with a little bit of an eye primer, it would have been just as fine, you know? It was just a prevention. But I really love this color story. I love my eye look. I love that I was able to get as bold as I did today. It was exactly what I wanted and needed because right now it's getting colder. I feel the fall vibes so much, and I'm so excited about it. And I really think this color story is playing right into my needs right now, and I'm very happy with that. To give you some comparisons, what the formula is feeling a little bit like, I will grab some palettes from Tom Ford out of my drawer to give you the right feel for the formulation and what it's feel like or what it's not feeling like. Just that you have a little bit of a comparison, you know? So the most that it's feeling like, I have the feeling, and I can compare the formulation to, it's my Emerald Dusk palette from Tom Ford right here. Especially those glittery, shimmery type of shades right here. When I'm, you know, putting my fingers into those beautiful shades right here, they are also very emollient feeling, very lightweight feeling, a little bit like those shades right here. And also my Lumiere d'Hiver eyeshadow palette. Let me grab it. This one right here. It's also very similar. And here I also have the feeling, not so much with my Emerald Dusk palette, but with this one. Here I have the feeling you can compare this color story from my metallic mauve palette the most, because here I also feel that the mattes are very close, not exactly the same, but very close. Here in my metallic mauve palettes, the mattes are a little bit more of an, how can I describe it, of a more reddish type of powdery type, you know. When I'm putting it on, I can feel that there's a little bit more of emollients. And those from my Lumiere d'Hiver eyeshadow palette, they're a little bit more on the drier side, if you know what I mean. But this one is coming very, very close when it comes to it. And what the shimmers are not feeling like is my Lava Luster palette from Tom Ford. If you have this one, maybe. Those are a little bit more on the grittier side if you are touching them. They're a little bit more harder pressed in there, a little bit more of the... You feel the shimmers or the glitters a little bit more in this one. But it's beautiful anyways. I really love this palette right here. But it's very different. The feel from those shimmers are very different than from, you know, my metallic mauve palette, for example. Just that you have a little bit of a feel. But yeah, guys, all in all, I love my eye look. I hope it won't be the last eye look you will see on this channel. I will try to include it again. Will use it, of course, for myself. When I have my free time, go to work, I will have fun with this palette for sure. I really love how everything came together, and I'm happy with my purchase. So for me, it's a thumbs up. If you are thinking about it and you want to know how I feel, maybe, I really like it. I can say in the moment, I have enough Tom Ford palettes and I tried enough of his formulation that I can, you know, that I have a good feeling to give you advice on it. And I really, really like this formulation so far. And it's my first impression, you know, so take it with a grain of salt, but in the moment I'm very, very pleased with it. Yeah, guys, this was all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, I would be really happy if you give me a thumbs up, that I know that you like this kind of content. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on the little bell to get notifications here and there when I'm posting something new. And yeah, guys, I hope we will see each other in my next video. Already have something fun in mind. The next palette will be hopefully my Naked palette, the original one, and I'm so excited to create a look with you together with this one as well. So stay tuned, and until then, bye guys.